All right, guys. So in this video, we're going to try out our overpower strategy on CADJPY. Yeah. So as usual, we open up our chart, and where do we go? Our 15 minutes time frame. Then we can start our analysis from any random place. What are we looking for? We are looking for a clear trend. All right. So we can start from anywhere. Look for a clear trend. So let's look for a trend. It gets broken. So let's look at this one. Is this trend going up, down, up, down, up, down? It keeps going. Okay. And at this point, we had a break of a change of character. It moved up, came down, moved up, came down. Watch this. So it moved up, came down, moved up, came down, then moved up. Okay, where it broke this level. We broke this level. So our change of character is going to be somewhere here. The change of character is going to occur somewhere here. All right. So once it occurs, the next thing we have to look for will be, was there an overpowering? In this case, was there an overpowering of buyers? Because the market was in an uptrend. Okay. So once it got broken down here, we look at this. Was there an overpowering above here? And the answer is yes. If you look here, we have this engulfing, all right? Which means that the sellers were in control above here, all right? So once it was overpowered or broken, it means buyers were no longer in control. They have been overpowered by sellers, all right? Then coupled with this change of character, then our strategy says that this market is going to move down at least as much as it moved up. All right. So we take this and we go down. And you see how we catch our move. Now, see that it continued moving. A lot of the times, the market will continue moving. All right. However, we are working with what we are sure of. Okay. The one that we are sure of. Okay. So let's look at this again. Let's find another opportunity. So if you look at this, let's look here. This one, the market went down, went up, went down. Okay. Went up, went down, went up, went down. All right. Then the market came up, and if there is a change of character, it's gonna be around here, where when it breaks this area. All right. Now it broke that area, and then was there an overpowering? Yes. Look at this. Look at this overpowering here. If you see, there is this engulfing down here that was overpowered by buyers. So our strategy says that since there was an overpowering and a change of character, that the market is going to move up at least as much as it moved down. Yeah. So simply measure this or move it up. So we expect to see the market get up here. You see what happened? See this? Let's move this. See what happened here? So it moved up this much. Okay. And it continued moving. But we don't care. We're looking for something we are sure of. All right. Good. Now, if you look at this area, this market moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down. All right. Now, if there is a change of character, it's going to occur here at this point where this area was broken. And then we look down here and we ask ourselves, was there an overpowering down here after it was broken? Look for an overpowering. Do you see any? If you look down here, we have an overpowering here. See this candle engulfing, showing that sellers were in control here. All right. So once it was broken, it means buyers are now in control, coupled with change of character. So we now know that the market is going to move up at least as much as it moved down. Okay. Look at this. So you see, it kept moving. All right. However, what we are looking for is something we are sure of. That's why this strategy hardly fails. Okay. And remember, how do we place our stop loss? You can place your stop loss below here. All right. But in order to be super safe and know that your trade is going to play out, you can use this measurement and come and measure below here. All right. And place your stop loss below here. Why? This is because sometimes the institutions know that buyers are already very weak at this level. All right. And so what are they going to do? They are going to load up their orders. They are going to drive the market down here, break this area. All right. Load up their orders around here. And then before the market now shoots up. And our strategy, if you want to be aggressive, is if the market, you've established that, hey, buyers are very weak at this area. You know that buyers are very weak. And so if there is a push down of the price down here, you know that the institutions are going to be loading up their orders. So you can start adding to your position as well, if that ever happens. Okay. Now let's look at another scenario here. Let's look for another opportunity. Now this market went up, came down, went up, came down, went up. Okay, came down, went up, came down, went up. All right. If there is a change of character, this is where it occurred. Okay. At this level, this area was broken. Okay. But then let's look at this because it gives us a good example of what we just discussed. Let's say you looked at this trend up, down, right? Up, down, and it broke around here. All right. And your change of character, you identified it as this area. Okay. This is where this character was broken. All right. And then you determine that since there's a change of character and you look up here and you see this overpowering here, you see this engulfing over here, an overpowering occurred, right? Now you already know that our strategy says the market is going to move down at least this much, okay, after it broke. But look at what happened. The market now moved up again to come and take this people out. All right. You see what I just discussed about? You know that at this level, okay, beyond this level, buyers are very weak. All right. Because this has already confirmed that sellers have taken control of the market. So if the market is going up here, when they meet this resistance, it's going to come crashing down. All right. And you can see what happened. It hit here. All right. And you kept getting rejections until you see this huge move that brought it back down. All right. So that's what I say, that you can place your stop loss above here. However, you see what happens sometimes because institutions may go up to fill up their orders. All right. So in order to be safe, what you do is take this measurement in which you already have here, right? This measurement you already have here and move it up. Okay. And then you can place your stop loss above it. That way you can be sure. Okay, this is not a moving up on the chart, and I don't want to reduce the size. So we already know what we're talking about. So measure this from the top and then go at the top and place it. Let's reduce this a bit. So if you move this, you go and place your stop or loss at the top of this blue rectangle. All right. Now, if the price keeps going in here, because sometimes it doesn't just take this out and starts crashing, it's going to go up way into this. All right. But the only way it's going to take you out if your stop loss is above here is if all hell breaks loose. All right. Which rarely happens. All right. Therefore, we say that to be aggressive, all right, and take advantage of the orders that institutions are filling. When you see this happening, you know that this is institutional blueprint. They are filling up their orders. So what do? You can start filling up more orders as well. Okay. Why? Because we know that above here, buyers are very weak. All right. So let's say you entered a trade at this point and the market moved up at this point and you opened up another trade. Okay. You see how quickly it crashed down. So you're going to take this profit and the one in which you placed above here. All right. So that's another trading which we have here. Now see that the market kept moving down. But as we said, we are looking for something that we are sure of. All right. We don't want to miss anything. So if you want to stay on this market, one thing you can do is you see that this market is already moving down, is making a lower movement, okay? Lower lows, all right? You may decide to stay on it until you see another change of character, all right? However, what our strategy is we are trying to take advantage of the one we are sure of. And so this is it, okay? Now let's look for another opportunity here. Now this market is moving down, up, down, right? Now I want you to take a look at this in order to avoid fake outs, yeah? You see that this market, it moved up, came down here, moved up, all right? Now, if it breaks above here, you may say this is a change of character, right? This shows a change of character. However, there are two things that are problematic with this trade, why you wouldn't take it. Number one is, even though it broke above here, look at this. It did not break with a body. Remember, it has to break with a body, all right? And number two, if you look down here, okay, this move down here, there was no overpowering down here. Okay, this move that went down here, there was no overpowering. But if you look here, you may see other overpowerings here. You see overpowering here, you see overpowering here, all right? There are these overpowerings, but at the end of the day, this did not break with a body, okay? So remember, our overpowering is usually the way in which you identify it is on the move that actually went up or down. So that would be a better way. That's the perfect way of finding out your overpowering. All right. So in this area that we identified before, this was the move up, and that's where you look for your overpowering. All right. And so in here, where you look for your overpowering will be down here, the move down. All right. Now, all this one is just trying to go and break this area. So because there was no overpowering this area and this did not break with a body, we don't take the trade. And look at what happened. It later came down. Okay. Now look at this. We say we can look at this move here. This is an uptrend. It went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down. All right. And then what happened here? A change of character occurred at this area. At this area, a change of character occurred. because this area was broken with this candle body. Now we have to ask ourselves, in the move up, was there an overpowering? You see this move up here, was there an overpowering? And the answer is yes. We can see, let's move this down as it was before. We can see this engulfing candle, right? This is an engulfing here, which shows that buyers were in control at this point. But then once it was broken, sellers are now in control, or we are now in control at this point of break. Now, coupled with this change of character, our strategy says that this market is going to move down at least as much as it moved up here. And guess what we have here? If we come down, look at what we have, guys. It's like a miracle, right? It moved that much down. Then we can continue with our strategy. Let's identify one more. Now this market moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down. All right. Down here it's been kind of choppy. Okay. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's consolidating down here. However, we know that change of character will mean that here will be broken. You see this area? This area will be broken because it came down, moved up, came down, right? Moved up, and this was the lowest point it went, right? So if it breaks above here, it means there's a change of character. Then we have to ask ourselves, since we see a change of character here, in this move down, was there an overpowering? Yes, I can see an overpowering here. If you go down here, you see this candle, okay? This engulfed into the downside, all right? It shows me that sellers were in control here. And so when it gets broken, buyers are now in control. Now, this is one thing you have to pay attention to. Look at this overpowering here. You see an overpowering here, all right? But don't use this overpowering. It should not be the determining factor. So assuming you didn't have overpowering here, don't use this one, okay? Always look at the move, the overpowering that was in the move of the trend, because this was moving down, moved down, went up, moved down. See the move down here? This one was just trying to move up, is not in line with it, the move down, okay? So don't use it. But we say this, there was an overpowering. So once this happened, coupled with our change of character, all right? Now you may say, okay, let's say we include this one as well, this wick above here. Even if we include it, we can now say that, hey, we know that the market is going to move up at least as much as it moved down, okay? Then we simply move this box to the upside. See the move? See what we got? So let's identify one more, okay? Now look at another situation in which we have to look at from what we just discussed. Look here, this market went up, down, up, down, up, came down, and broke here, okay? Now, why is this not valid? Look at the break. It broke with a wick, right? Didn't break with a body. So we are not interested in this trade. So unless it breaks with a body, we are not interested, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, this market kept moving. Let's look for another trend, okay? Now, look here, even though this market went up, went down, went up, went down, and made a change of character here, all right? When it broke above here, this is a change of character. When the market broke above here, then we have to look at this move down. Was there an overpowering? I can't see any, all right? So we stay away. We have the first condition of our criteria. The second condition is not there. So what do? Don't worry about it. Stay away, right? So let's look for another opportunity. So we look at this market. It went down, went up, went down. Okay, not all that clear. Went down, went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, went down. Okay, and then it came back up. A change of character. Okay, look at this, guys. The change of character here. It came and broke here. So our question is, was there an overpowering down here? All right, in this move down, was there an overpowering? And the answer is yes. I see an engulfing down here, okay, to the downside. So our criteria is met. Now it tells us that the market is going to move up at least as much as it moved down, okay? And we just move this box to the upside and you see what we have, okay? We are sure of this and it continued moving, all right? Remember, you take what you are sure of. Sometimes it keeps moving 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 sometimes, but we are going with what we are sure of. Okay, so this shows that our overpower strategy also works with a CADJPY. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and we can talk about it. Thank you.